Welcome back to Northside LDN, and today we've got a super Arsenal fan coming out with the bucadia of the KPI targets. I've been here. Listen, we should have stopped playing any games. As soon as it was mathematically done that we are definitely going to get Champions League football, we should have wrapped up the league. Just get everything. Listen, just wrap it up. We hit the target. We're ahead of schedule, phase 3. Yeah? Now, the narrative is, oh, we've hit the KPI targets. But it was funny, when we was top of the league, I didn't hear none of this bucadia about, oh, KPI targets. Nothing about the squad being thin. Nothing about, oh, we're in phase 3. But now, as always, the Arsenal fan base, they always got an excuse. Now the narrative gets pushed. Now it's about KPI targets. KPI. I haven't even heard of this bucadia. What's this merda about KPI? Do you hear this about you hear at Barca? I've never heard of it before, but let's listen to the super fan. What's he got to say? Let's get into it.
You are a career worker. I'm sure in your workplace they give you goals, KPIs. Yes. So what were the KPIs this season? We have met them. Surpassed them.
We have surpassed the KPIs. So what is it? What's the KPI? Revenue for the team, revenue for the club, getting Champions League football, winning no trophies, and that's it. And throwing away all the other trophies that we actually could have won. We could have won the Europa League if we actually put out our strongest team. We could have won the FA Cup. We could have won the Carabao Cup. Those are things that we were winning even in our decline with Arsene Wenger. But all of a sudden, the KPI is now not to win the league. So why was everyone telling people like myself and Jez, welcome to the show, Jez, why are you telling us to get on board? We're top of the league. Why are we moaning? I don't understand. Jez, you heard anything about this KPIs?
Never heard of it. Not interested in it. I'm sorry, mate, but to me, all this phase 3, KPI, XP, XG, all this bullshit, man. To me, football was a simple game. You go on the pitch with a quality team, a quality manager, and you win games. That's all I care about. I don't want to hear about KPI, this, that, bollocks, bullshit, crap. You know, get out there and play football, man, and have some backbone and have some bottle and actually have a focus that, okay, we're top of the league, 8 points clear. Let's go out and win it. No. Not Arteta. Arteta thinks, I'll muck about with the team, but I'll keep my favourites in there. One of which, oh dear, cost us the game when we were 2-0 up at Anfield. Interesting. Oh, and I'll play him the next week, and he cost us again. I mean, does that qualify Northside in the KPI? I don't know. Would somebody please tell me? Because obviously, you know, I'm not a big statistician. What I know about stats is, if you get more points than the team the team behind you, you win. You win things. Or if you're in an FA Cup or a cup competition, the more games you win, like all of them, maybe, you win. So I really couldn't give an F about KPIs, XPs, XGs, what the guy's drip looks like, what his haircut's like. That's fucking bollocks, man. Seriously.
But absolute nonsense. And you know what? I tell you what, Jez, yeah, these filhos da puta are not going to get away with it, because every time Tottenham under Pochettino was getting Champions League football, they were saying, what did you win though? What have you done? You lot are world-class bottlers. We're not Tottenham. Well, by the same standard of this crap that he's coming out with for Arsenal Football Club, then Harry Kane's hit the KPIs. Pochettino hit the KPIs. Why did Pochettino get sacked? He's hit the KPIs by the same standard. Getting top 4, winning nothing. Yeah, surpass the KPIs. So why do Arsenal fans have the actual balls to come out talking absolute merda, yeah? Like a bunch of carechimbas saying about, oh, when it's Tottenham, it's bottling. When it's another team, what have you won? What have you done? But when it's Arsenal Football Club, we've surpassed our KPIs. Get your KPI and shove it up your ass, because it's always moving the goalposts of Arsenal. Every time another team doesn't win the league, oh, you bottled it. But every time it's Arsenal, yeah, it's KPIs. We hit the KPIs. Oh, how are you supposed to compete with Man City? Yeah, but these men weren't saying that when we were top of the league. They weren't coming out with KPIs top of the league. They weren't coming out with how can you compete with Man City top of the league. How about go and win against Southampton, win against West Ham, win against Brighton? Yeah, if you win these games and you're competing with Man City, and you don't even need to win against Man City and we'll still be top. How about that? I'm sick and tired of this nonsense, and it's only coming out because now they've hyped it so mad. They're not humble enough to come out and say, you know what, we overgassed this team, this manager, these players, these flipping Gary Chimbas. Yeah, I'm not having it from none of them, Jess. None of them. Let's go on to what he's got to say. Let's go on.
Some would say.
Yeah, no, we have not some. Anybody that does not say that.
There will be some people out there be like, no.
No. The KPIs, we have surpassed them. Yes, it hurts that the fruit or the...
If my laptop's had enough, it's buffering. Hold on.
He's talking bullshit, man. He obviously clearly loves the word KPI and nothing else. He's not actually talking any factual comment at all. It's bullshit. I mean, I'm sorry. If you actually know about the game, talk about the game and give some actual facts of what went wrong. Don't keep going on about KPI this. You might as well talk about KFC. Yeah, man. You know, it means nothing.
If you know so much, why did he come out in this press conference? Why didn't this filo da puta fala absolute merda? Why didn't this Gary Chimba come out and actually explain to us what phase 3 is? Explain us the processes of the youth project. Explain us what it is. What is trust the process? Explain, because we want to know. All we ever get is these words about trust the process, youth project. Oh, we hit the KPIs. Why don't you actually assert what it is? Since you know so much, since you're in the know, tell us what it is. Because I would like to know. I have not heard of nothing, Jez, nothing at all about no KPI all season. All of a sudden now it's KPIs. I don't even know what that stands for. So I had to go through the comments, on this dead ass review to go through what is KPI. Even some fans were like, what is KPIs? I think there's something to do with targets or something. I don't know. I'm not a super fan. I'm not in the know. Obviously I'm not in the know. I don't know. Any ideas, Jess?
King prick illusion. That's what it means.
Oh my days! Listen, I don't get it, Jez. I honestly don't get it. What's he gonna
many days and let that fail? You understand? And weeks, my brother. You understand? It can happen. Yeah. But when we talk about KPIs, now I'm giving different examples to you now. For those, I'm breaking it down for that. Yes, my brother. You're in finance, you understand?
Finances. We'll talk about finances. Okay, so it's around finances. So it's about the finances. All right, cool. By that measurement, we should have kept Wenger then. If that's what it's about, if it's only about getting Champions League football top 4, keep Wenger. A washed up Wenger was able. You give Wenger 500 mil, he'll do better than Arteta. He will get you top 4. Even a washed out Wenger will get you at least top 4. Even on his decline, he was able to do that. So why did we get rid of Wenger? But as always, this fan base, they're fickle. They're fickle. We kick Arsene Wenger out because we don't want top 4 anymore. We don't care about FA Cups. But all of a sudden, Arteta gets a reputation at Arsenal for getting an FA Cup. And now we're giving him another chance just because he got top 4. In the process of picking us out of all the other cups. And then he doesn't win any cup. It just doesn't make any sense. Jez, help me out before we get to the next video. Help me out. Because I'm struggling here.
Mate, it's just pure and utter delusion. This guy, I don't know who this fella is. He's probably a lovely man. He's probably a lovely fella. But all he's talking is bullshit because he's KPI this, KPI that. Well, explain to us, maybe not quite as switched on as this man is about KPI. Because it's, to me, it's loser mentality. If I was stood there having that interview, I would be saying, we were crap. We've thrown it away. We've thrown all the trophies, competitions under the bus because of the clown manager. But, oh, no, you're not allowed to say that on AFTV. You can't say that. Oh, my man, now this guy, this absolute clown. Seriously. I actually watched this earlier. And dear God. Anyway, we'll get into it.
Let's get into it.
That we're still very early on and maybe a little bit ahead of time on this process. Yeah. And the other part of this perspective is where we've been to where we are and also compare ourselves to every club. Now, one thing I was really...
Hold on. We're ahead of schedule. First of all, we've been waiting 19 years for Filo da Puta. And compare us for where we've been to where we are. Okay, cool. Why does it only go back to Unai Emery? Why did it not go back to winning it at 89 at Anfield? What about 2002, 2004? Why does it only go back when it suits these lot agendas? Because there was life before Unai Emery and the decline of Arsene Wenger. Why don't we go back to the winning Arsenal? 1-0 under George Graham, 1-0 to the Arsenal. Why don't we go back there? Why is it always going back to the nonsense? It doesn't make any sense. Oh, where we been? Because we were 8th and 5th. Which we were 8th and 5th under this manager. Under this manager. Since when does the Arsenal timeline in this generation only go back to Arsene Wenger? Why did it not go back further than that? Why don't we go back to the history of this football club? This football club is not about this football club is a big football club, and it's one of the biggest in England. Why don't we go back to those standards? Why don't we go back to the standards of 04? Why don't we go back to the standards of 02? Winning doubles. This Philo da Puta is talking absolute nonsense, and every week he comes on and talks nonsense. Yeah? And what's he talking about now? It's just ridiculous, Jess. Absolutely ridiculous.
Really disappointed with is after I think the second or third goal went in, the ground just cleared, absolutely cleared. There was probably about a third of the people left. It almost seemed like the football fans are so fickle that they just completely lose the faith and they forget where we were to where we are now, and also what could be. You think about if you're a Southampton fan, how would you feel at the moment? If you're a Wigan fan, bottom of the Championship,
I don't care.
Well, we're not Wigan fans. We're Arsenal fans. Yes.
This guy, let me tell you about this fella, right? He's an absolute downright liar. Fact. He was on a show last year talking with an Arsenal lady YouTuber who's an absolute clown as well. Let me put it that way. Talking about the game at Anfield 89. He was there. He tells me he's a liar. He wasn't there. He was not there because this guy Julian has only had a season ticket for 3 seasons. There was absolutely no way on earth he got a ticket for Anfield 89. Only season ticket holders got in that ground. And I can tell you that outside the ground in the Anfield Road end was probably another 1,500 Arsenal fans who tried to turn up, didn't have a ticket, but they turned up anyway. Now, he may have been one of the people outside the ground. I doubt it. I absolutely doubt that because he is an idiot. The man is paid to say the bullshit he talks about. And, we've overachieved. How can you ever overachieve? Nothing in life is overachieving. What you do is you achieve and be the best. And that is what Arsenal should have done. We haven't overachieved anything because this team has failed. Let's get it right. Let's put the facts on the table, Northside. We failed. Yet people will not accept it. Or no, let me rephrase that. There's a lot of Arsenal fans that I know, talk to, and discuss things with that admit we failed. We bottled it. But AFTV, certain other channels, they will spout their absolute dross content to football fans who, unfortunately, for whatever reason, they're all around the world, can't get to the ground, can't afford to get to the ground for whatever reasons, and they will tune into this bullshit and they'll watch it and they believe it because that is what they see on their computer screens or their mobiles or whatever. And they are one of the biggest cancers in this football club fan base is channels like this. I don't give a flying F about Wigan, Julian. I don't give a flying shit about Southampton. That's their problem. It's not Arsenal's. And as an Arsenal fan fella, you shouldn't give a shit either. You're using excuses to get a point across. It is meaningless. And I swear to God, I'd love to meet this fella one day. I would seriously love to stand nose to nose with him and actually tell him how it is, because these people are dangerous people.
I met him once outside the Watford Stadium, and he was trying to justify to me about this lot. And he goes, "Oh, you got to understand." I said, "No, I'm not understanding nothing. I'm not understanding nothing, bro. It's about winning. It's not about, oh, we'll go again. No. We've been waiting long enough. Yeah, I've not waited 19 years for anything else but this football club to get their act together. I don't wait on my mum for 19 years. I don't wait on my girlfriend, my friends, nothing. We've had all the patience in the world. The patience have run out. The well has run dry." And this video that put us coming out about, oh, but look at where we've been. So what? So what? We finished second the year that Leicester won the league. It's taken us 7 years to get back to the same place. There's no guarantee that we're going to kick on from this position, because why didn't we kick on after the season that Leicester won the league? He's talking absolute merda. You don't talk about going that much pucaria. I'm up to here. Like we say in Portugal, I'm here. I'm up to here now. I'm sick of it. Instead of these are actually having a backbone and coming out, Jez, and saying, you know what, we've gassed this up. We put a lot of these players on Instagram in the O2 shirts, disrespecting the Invincibles, comparing them. If these are saying this is overachieving, why did they compare Odegaard to Bergkamp? Why did they compare Nketiah to Henry, putting them in their numbers, putting them in their kits, of the 04-05 season? Why did they do that if they didn't believe that this team and this process is about winning trophies? Why compare them to the Invincibles that won trophies? Why compare them? You didn't compare them to back when we had Cazorla and we had Wilshere and we had players like that, because clearly these lot were expecting us to win the league. We've not won the league, so it's underachieving. Stop trying to change the narrative. It makes no sense. Why would you compare your current squad to a winning squad if it's not about winning? It's about processes and phases and all this pucaria coming out of their mouth. I'm sick and tired of it, Jess. Let's carry on. Let's see what else this donkey's got to say, bro.
If you were a Forest Green fan, what would you feel like? If you were a Rotherham fan or Rochdale, right at the bottom of the league, how would you feel? If you're a Tottenham fan, how would you feel right now? Because where we are, we're in second place. It's not the best, but it's the second best, and we have improved. And the other thing about it is,
well, that's all right. We're second best, so that's all right. That's it. We should have. It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah,
as long as we're second best.
He had to get the Spurs one in, didn't he? He had to get the Spurs one.
Jez, I've been saying,
I don't give a shit about Spurs. I don't give a shit about Rotherham. I don't give a shit about Forest Green Rovers. You know what I mean? I don't care. I'm not interested. I'm an Arsenal fan. You know, I've been an Arsenal fan all my life. I really don't care about any other team in the world. I'm not. I mean, all right, if they've got better players than us, I want to nick their players, because that is how you play elite football. The guy's a clown, man. He's a clown. And I'm sorry, they're a dangerous group, that lot. And there's people that have gone on that channel, I'm not going to name names, who I actually have absolute respect for. Not anymore. Not anymore. There's only one person on there that I actually still communicate with. He's been on my channel, lovely fella, top man. I just wish he had nothing to do with that bunch of frauds. They're absolute clowns, a lot of them. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, go on about it, but the fact that he's moaning or saying, well, how would you feel if you're a Rotherham fan? How would you feel? Who cares? Who cares? I'm sure if you're a Rotherham fan or Forest Green Rovers, yeah, you are upset. And Southampton, you're going to be upset. A very good mate of mine. I drink with him. He's a Southampton fan. Gutted at the weekend. Felt sorry for him. But I don't care. I don't care about it. I felt sorry for him because he was pissed off. But
the Real Madrid fans sit there and say online, oh, how do Getafe fans feel? You know, how do flipping, Real Sociedad fans feel? How do they feel? Oh, we can't achieve.
Let me ask you this. How many football fans out there are going to be sitting there saying, I feel really sorry for Arsenal. They didn't win the league. Oh, I'm gutted for them. Mate, it's ruined my season. Are you having an effing league? Laugh. Are you kidding me? They're going to be sitting there saying, unlucky, ha, 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 you didn't win. You know what I mean? And Man City fans going to be sitting there saying, sorry about that, boys. You know, you gave it a good shot, but you know, you effed up in the end. We're really sorry that we're going to win the league. Oh, come on,
come to the
get
parade.
real.
Come to the parade. We'll get some beers out. You know what I mean? Have a laugh with the boys. I'll tell you. You know your way around. You know your way around Etihad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, come round, have a barbecue and have a party, and we'll talk about it and all be friendly and nice and hug each other around the tree. You know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of these people are fucking tree huggers. Sorry to swear.
No, you can swear. You can say what you want.
And I wonder how many of these people are no more oil. They sit in the bloody middle of the road with their high visors on that are made, by the way, with oil. Oh. And their shoes. Oh, how they make their shoes? With oil. Yeah, interesting. But don't get me on that one. Don't get me on that.
Around a lot of the players this season. And I realized one thing, man, they're a team and they're happy. And that's why I keep pumping the fact that we have to be as positive as possible, because a lot of people expect us to come in and go, oh my God, oh, you've done this and you're so rubbish. And bro, we're all human beings, bro. Yeah. If I come and you've had a bad...
Hold on. What bucaria is this marica da merda talking about? Oh, we have to be positive. Sorry. People like myself, people like Jez, people like Lee, everyone that's not even believed in this manager this season, because he's actually up until the Liverpool result, he was doing what he was supposed to be doing. Yeah, what's on his job description, to win major honours for Arsenal Football Club. Everyone's been behind this club. Yeah, one thing I'm not going to have, is these filhos da puta now always putting it back on us, the fans. Yeah, us, the fans. We don't run the club. Yeah, we don't put the team sheet out. We don't make the substitutions. Yeah, we don't go out there and drag our feet and allow targets like Vlahovic, Rafinha, Buendia, whoever it is that we're out for, let them slip. João Felix, let them slip and go to rivals. Mudryk, we don't do that. So I don't know why every time in this fan base here, these filhos da puta always want to point the finger at us that's holding the high standards instead of holding it to the cronkies that are running this club, the players that get paid astronomical amounts of money. Yeah, I'm sure me nor Jez, and I'm sure Jez, you've done very well for yourself, but neither of us are earning what these are earning per week. Yeah, how is it that at our jobs and what we do, we can give 100%, anything less than 60%, we're sacked, and we're not even on the quarter of the wage of these players, but every time it's these players, it's get the violins out. I'm not hearing none of this bucaria, bro. These men are able to retire at my age. I'm 30 now. I can't. What's the retirement age now? 65, 67? And what, I'm supposed to feel sorry for them? They're getting compensated. They can drop stinker after stinker and you can't get rid of them because they've got a contract. They can ride their contract out. Don't tell me about, oh, we got to be positive. We've been positive all season. And what's it led to? Them not letting us down. Not only did they let us down against Liverpool, then against Southampton, against West Ham, they let us down against Man City. And then they couldn't even go after that saying, you know what, we've blown our lead and we've actually let the fans down. No, they go out and get absolutely slapped up against Brighton. Now you want to be putting the finger back out on the fans. I'm not having that, Jez. It's disgusting. Why is it always on us? Me and you are not on the pitch, but I'll tell you what, we'll do a better job than a lot of these lot, because at least we'll give heart. We may not be half as talented, but we'll give heart. We'll actually care about this flipping football club. Arsenal fan base are number one at twisting it. They're number one gaslighters. Always about, oh, look at the fans, you lot got to be on side. No, we need something to believe in. And there's no coincidence that this season, a season where this club is actually leading up to the Liverpool game, doing what they're supposed to do, grinding out results, performances, doing what they need to do, competing for a major honour, everyone in the fan base was on side. You couldn't get a ticket to the stadium. You couldn't get tickets. Probably couldn't get any merchandise. Merchandise sold out. Success breeds a confidence in the fan base and breeds people to believe. But when you're coming out with that gutless performance against Brighton, what does he expect? Well, I mean, what do you make of this, Jez? It's on the fans. It's on us.
I really wanted Arsenal to win this. Not for me so much. That's going to sound a stupid statement, I know, but let me just quantify. A lot of these fans currently at the Emirates, younger, have never, ever seen Arsenal win a league title. They don't understand what it means. They don't understand what the celebrations are like. I'm not talking about going down the pub and getting pissed up and all that. You know, young fans, they follow the narrative of people like this clown, right? Because that's what we accept. A lot of these young people have grown up with mediocrity of the Wenger era. And I mean, I love Wenger. When he was first here, he was brilliant. He rebuilt the club, did everything. And I thought he was an amazing man. But he stayed too long. He stayed way too long. And the club, excuse me, the club and the fan base that followed him have suffered. And are now, people like this idiot actually accept, well, it's okay because we go again. Well, how many years do we go again? Do we just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat? And we've got this narrative now. Oh, well, we got top four, we got Champions League. Dear God Almighty, can you imagine this bunch of clowns in this football team against Bayern Munich, PSG, Barcelona, Real Madrid? And I know, Lee Gunner, who I've got on tomorrow night, by the way, and that'll be a great show, is saying the facts. Is the fact that we knocked down Highbury Stadium to go to the Emirates to compete with the best in the world. Well, we haven't bloody done it. We were sold a dream and it never happened. We were conned. And the fact is, they said, I quote, that we will be competing with Europe's best. Well, we got to one Champions League final and one semi-final. Lost the final and got to the semi-final. Is that competing with the best? No. And we've done absolutely jack shit ever since. We've won our FA Cups. Great. I love the FA Cup. I was brought up with it as a kid. It's my dream, the FA Cup. I love it. But the fact remains, we have not competed with the best. We cocked up in the Europa League with Unai Emery. Team didn't turn up. Arteta then cocked it up twice. And yet people are saying, be patient. I'm sorry, man. I'm 62 at the end of this month. You know what I mean? And I had some clown say to me, he comes in my chat all the time, absolute bell end. Oh, well, what's his comment? Oh, I think we will win the Champions League. It might take 30 years. Oh, I said to him, I'll be dead. I'll be fucking dead, man. You know what I mean? 30 years. You expecting? I mean, I'm sure he's a troll. He's taking the piss. You know, I mean, whatever. But 30 years, really?
It's a joke.
We will win the Premier League within 5. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not accepting that either. It's a joke, man. This club at times. I mean, I love Arsenal, and I'm sorry. This a lot of these fans, mate. I'm not saying the ones that go to the ground, but a lot of them that don't go, who are abroad and everything. Good luck to you. Well done. And unfortunately, you can't get there because of travel, finance, whatever. Stop watching these clowns because they're absolutely twisting your brains inside out. And it's a shame. Seriously. Serious shame.
It is.
At work, and I start chucking salt at you, and
I already know.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's not really. It's not going to help. We need to be constructive. We need to be honest.
Yep.
We need to address the situations, but at the same time, we need to encourage. Do you see what I'm saying? And for me, that's mad key, because if you look at what some of these players have done, bro, Eddie Nketiah has come from, not really playing, just trying to get game time, doing well against Chelsea last season. Yeah. All of a sudden, my man's been banging against United, scoring crucial goals.
Oh, yeah. Who is this guy?
I had to laugh. I saw your face. What's this film that they're talking about?
What player is he watching? Am I watching the wrong?
Wait, didn't Trossard? We were playing Trossard as a striker out of position because Nketiah just wasn't cutting it, and now he's saying he's banging out, going all the way back to Man United. Where's he been for half the season? Where's he been? Because we're playing a winger at a position. In that position, you should be dominating your position. If you're that good, if he's so good as he's saying, why isn't Nketiah being put on the bench by Trossard? That's a winger. It makes no sense. Most of the time that Jesus was out, as soon as we got Trossard's playing as a striker. And all of this about we got to get behind the team. Yeah. When you're at work, you need encouragement and all of this and that. But you also need objectives. And when you don't reach those objectives, you get a warning. And when you don't heed the warning, then you get fired. We don't do that at Arsenal, which is why El Nene's got another contract, which is why Rob Holding's got another contract, which is why if Xhaka wanted to stay, he would be staying. He would be staying under this manager because he likes him, even though he's not of the level. So we're not hearing none of that. These players are not held to account, yeah? We don't hear none of this bucaria when it comes to football in Portugal. Benfica, you're not good enough. Goodbye. Listen, go on EasyJet, get yourself a nice little flight. You're off to another league. We don't want you here. Sporting fans, you already saw what they did when they stormed the training ground. It's not about, let's be constructive. There's no constructive. When it comes to money, it is what it is. These are the standards, these are the rules. You either agree, you don't agree. If you don't like the standards, like Thierry Henry once said, if the badge is too heavy for you, there's the porta, there's the hua, goodbye, ciao. Don't let the doorknob hit you on the way out. That is it. What's all of this about? We've got to be nice. All he's doing is saying that we've got to be behind the players and they can keep letting us down year after year, Jez, and there's no accountability. Real Madrid, they've had legends. They've even booed Ronaldo. Look at what Ronaldo did for Real Madrid. If that was Arsenal, oh my God. As long as you bring us one Champions League, one Premier League, that's it. That's it. Immortal. You can never get onto it. You can never get onto it. Doesn't matter if you drop stinkers after stinkers. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. The way these lot have been twerking, yeah? Absolutely twerking, Jez. Jorginho, one performance, yeah? One performance from that guy. And these lot are lauding it. Oh, you see Jorginho, the leadership, yeah? What happened against Brighton? Kivior, oh, look at him against Newcastle. Oh, he's amazing, I said, yo, easy, calm down. It's one performance. You know what I mean? Every player in the Premier League at least has one good game. There's 30-odd games to play. Of course, you're going to have the odd good game. I want to see consistency. I don't care about one-off. I want to see consistency. What happened against Brighton? Where were you? Where was Kivior? Where was Jorginho? Where's all these players that they load up? He's picking up Nketiah. Where was Nketiah? What did Nketiah do when he came on against Brighton? What did he do? Nah.
Well, it's a bit like when we had Agent Louise, isn't it? First game of the season, 2 seasons ago, against Fulham. Outstanding. I thought, oh my God, we've got a player here. Never saw him again. I'm just going to pull the curtain, mate, because it's sun's in my eyes.
No worries. It's actually ridiculous. But this is the fan base. Go on, Jess.
Guys, I just don't get it, man. Eddie Nketiah, I called it last year. He's crap. He's crap. But no. Edu Arteta, let's give him 100 grand a week and give him the 14 shirt. Lovely. Great move, that. What's he done? Scored 4 goals in this season. Quality. That is quality, man. That is quality Arsenal Football Club. Pay you 100 grand a week. You do jack shit. And we give you an iconic shirt. I mean, come on, please. Is this the standards and levels that Arsenal Football Club have got to now? It's pathetic. It is pathetic. I was chatting to a mate of mine on the phone yesterday. Still lives up there. Used to go week in, week out when we were season ticket holders. He don't go no more. Do you know why he don't go anymore? He can't stand the fan base. Can't stand them. Can't stand that pathetic song. London is whatever. Load of crap. And like, you know, the standards of this football club have dropped so low. And I'm sad to say this, it's going to take many years to get it back, if at all, because of the fan base at times. The minority of them are absolutely clueless pricks. Haven't got a clue. Got no time for them. That's one of the reasons, Northside, I won't go. I'll tell you why. I'd get myself in trouble. Because a lot of people know me that watch me. I go to games. And I'm a mouthy bastard. And, you know, I say what I say. And I would go up to the likes of Robbie and Julian and Ty and all them idiots, I'd tell them to their face. They'd never interview me, but I'd tell them. Because I'd put it on them. Say, you're an idiot. You're a clown. You're ruining this club. Get out. That's the way it is. That's me. And
do you know what I find so funny, Jez? Do you know what I find so funny, yeah? These Arsenal fans that get rattled about what we say, it's ironic that the standard that we held to compete and win major honours, this season, when we was doing that, the whole fan base come together and everyone was excited. Everyone was happy with those standards. Once Arsenal started actually behaving like a team that wanted to win the league, everyone was happy. I thought that standard was negative. And also, when people talking about, oh, it's negative and you can't, you know, well, why are you being negative and just be happy? All these legends, all these Arsenal legends, they're only legends because of what they won. There's no legend that hasn't won anything at Arsenal. You don't become a legend. You can become a cult hero, maybe like a Aaron Ramsey, something like that, winning the FA Cup. But all of these, Martin Keown's, Ray Parlour's, all these guys are legends. Righty, would Righty be Righty if he didn't score all those goals and win the trophies that he won at Arsenal? No, he wouldn't. So we're only holding the standard to what everybody considers legends at this club. Do you not want these players to be legends? Do we not want more legends? Do we not want to win stuff? This is what I'm saying. The winning mentality that we have is led to legends, doubles, the trophies that we have. The fact that this fan base can go up to Spurs fans and be saying, oh, we're bigger than you. Why are we bigger than you? We're bigger than you because we won more than you. But guess what? We're getting left behind. We're getting left behind. Look how much Chelsea have won in recent years. Look at the European Cups that they've got. Oh, but it's all your money. No one gives a crap. No one gives a crap. Because at the same thing, oh, we can't compete. Well, by that standard, why is Brighton piping us 3-0? They don't spend a fraction of the money we spend. Do you know what I mean? So how are they able to beat us? How are they able to do that? At the end of the day, football's always been about money. It's always been about money. Benfica's the most successful team in Portugal. Why? Because they make the most revenue. Real Madrid make the most revenue, they win. It's always been like that. It's always been like that. But now all of a sudden it's a sin. Oh, how can we compete? What are you talking about? Napoli just won the Serie A. They don't spend the most money in Serie A. They don't spend more than the Milan clubs. They don't spend more than Juventus. How have they won the league? Sporting won it with Ruben Amorim about 2 seasons ago. They don't spend more than Benfica. They don't spend more than Porto. Dortmund, yeah, they might not dominate, but they win their league over there in the Bundesliga. They don't spend more than Bayern Munich. Nowhere near. They actually went bust. They changed their model because they knew they couldn't outspend them. So they were going to be smarter in the market. You remember that, Jez? You remember when they almost went bust? When they were buying all these big players and then they had to change the model. They still been able to be successful. They haven't said, oh, because we can't spend what Bayern Munich spend, that's it. We ain't going to try and compete. We can't compete. Dortmund should be saying we can't compete. Especially when Bayern Munich are hoovering up all the best talent in their country. Dortmund stepped up their recruitment, stepped up the way they train players, and they still compete. So what's the excuse here? It's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Let's see what this guy's got.
For Arteta.
Oh, what's going on? Even my internet's had enough. I think my internet's had enough. Oh, my days.
For Arteta's project is still ongoing. I think this is going to be the worst that we're going to be in this project. I am very hopeful for next season. I think I think we're going to smash. I think we're going to win the league next season. I think we're going to have a
I think we're going to win. So everyone's going to stand still. Chelsea are going to stand still. Man United, even though they're going to get bought by the Qataris, is going to stand still. Newcastle are going to stand still. They're not going to do anything as well. Man City, they're going to stand still, just like they stood still last season when they won the league without a striker and got Haaland. No, they ain't going to get nobody else in. That's it. Everyone's going to stand still. Yeah? It's only Arsenal. What's he talking about?
I mean, okay, so Manchester City, Liverpool, Man United, Newcastle, Chelsea, Tottenham. Let's leave it there for the minute. They're all going to stand back and go, Arsenal, felt sorry for you. You didn't win the league. We'll give you a free hand and you can buy the players you want and then we'll take the shit afterwards. Because, I'm really sorry because obviously Julian told us that you've got to be upset for Southampton and Forest Green Rovers and Rotherham and all these teams because you didn't win. Come on, do me a fucking favour, man. Man City will be out there spending, Newcastle will this season. And unfortunately, I think we're going to lose one of our players. I think Kieran Tierney will be off there. I don't think he's going to be here next season. And that is a massive, massive mistake in my book. We're going to lose Xhaka. That's not a bad thing. I can't stand the prick. But at the end of the day, we've got to go big. If we're going to take all this seriously, we've got to go big. I mean, £100 million, is it, or something I've seen pot around for Declan Rice? Taking the piss, man. He ain't worth £100 million. No way. Maybe max 50, but 100 million, nah. But being Arsenal, we'll get our trousers taken down and piped again. That's what happens. And it's just a bloody joke. Casado, he wanted to come. He wanted to come from Brighton, but no. Edu wanted to piss around on the money, and it cost us. It cost us. But that, unfortunately, is Arsenal Football Club. The time is now, and it's quite correct. We have got potloads of money, and I think it's time the Cronkies realised what this football club is about. We were so close to winning the Premier League. It got cocked up for two reasons. Lack of investment in the summer, lack of investment in January, and poor tactics at the end of the season by Arteta. I will sit here and I will say, we play some very, very, very good football. Exciting to watch, and some crap football. And Arteta, at one point, I was really supporting the fella. Anybody who's watched me or on Lee's or wherever, I was supporting the man. Guy said, if he proves me wrong, I hope he does. I hope he proves me wrong, because I want Arsenal to win the Premier League. But he threw all the cup competitions down in the toilet and then pissed on them and then pissed on the bloody Premier League trophy. Disrespect. Sorry. To me, I've put it out there last night. I put it out in Leeds. Get rid of him and get somebody else in that can manage a football team. He's inexperienced. He's proved it with his tactics, his lack of plan B. And in games when we were struggling, Liverpool, away at Anfield, 2-0 up, 2-2, and you put Kivior in midfield. When you've got Jorginho sat on the bench, proven midfielder, and you put Kivior in there. What kind of, I'm no tactician, Northside. I am not. I've watched an awful lot of bloody football, and even I know you don't do that. It's a joke, man. It's seriously. I mean, this is what really pisses me off. If I can see it, do you not think professional football managers with years of experience can see it? It's just pathetic, man. Seriously, it really
100%, Jez. 100%. Let's see what this one. And let me just make it very, very clear. When I do this whole show is about unraveling a lot of the nonsense coming out of the fan base. I don't hate these guys personally. I don't hate anybody. I don't know these people. Yeah. But what I won't have and what I will have a say on, which I don't feel like that channel allows, is the opposite side. Yeah. Another opinion, not just, oh, yeah, everything's great. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Trust the process. Yeah. We overachieved. Yeah. KPIs. No. This isn't a representation of how everyone feels. Me and Jess don't feel like that. Lee don't feel like that. And we're not the minority. We're the few that have the bollocks. And listen, some people don't want a channel. I'm not going for everyone, yeah, that have an opinion. Some people don't want a YouTube channel. They don't want the work. They don't want to do it. They don't want to have a YouTube channel. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. But there's a lot of people that talk a lot of shit online, but don't have the bollocks to put their face out there and say it as it is, yeah, and say with their opinion. And this channel is about giving light to the nonsense that's out there, because this channel for me doesn't represent all Arsenal fans. It doesn't. And we need more people that come out and say it as it is and hold this club to the standards that we grew up seeing. At the end of the day, we didn't. I'm sure Jez, we didn't grow up seeing Arsenal like this. And when we wasn't winning, it wasn't justified. It wasn't, it doesn't matter. Oh, don't use the word bottle because it hurts me. Don't use the word bottle. Oh, I wouldn't say bottle in it. We didn't have a clear lead. Don't worry, get ready for that because part 2's coming out on Thursday. Don't worry about that. And I'll be running up my mouth because I had enough of that guy talking absolute nonsense all season. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, that's for part 2. But let's get into what this guy's got to say.
We should have scored. But what let me down today was looking at everyone leaving the club at 2-0 down. Not everyone, but there was a good amount of club level they were going, boy. They were going, that's what I see. They were going. I was like, what?
You think they didn't support the team?
At 82nd minute, why? Why are you gonna leave? We've been
True. Why are you leaving? Why are you leaving? Trust the process. Project You, phase 3. Yeah? Best youngsters in the world. Odegaard's a new bird camp. Yeah? We got the new Henri and Nketiah. We got the best. We got Kiviordini. Yeah? Why? We got Zinchenko, the best left back in the world. Yeah? Why? We got Jorginho for the leadership. Remember the leadership group? Come on, why are we leaving? Saka's the best youngster in the world. Best youngster in the world. Even though I do rate Saka. Best in the world, wouldn't stretch it that far. Very talented. Very, very talented. But we got the best young coach in the world. Why are you leaving? Why are you leaving? This is all part of the plan. Oh, these are coming out with phase 3. So surely these super fans know what phase 3 is. Why are you surprised? This is all within the plan. This was all always going to happen. Yeah, phase 3. So why are you leaving? You lot are pushing down our throat now. Oh, don't worry, bottle the league is phase 3. Cool. So if you guys know the steps of phase 3, why are you leaving? Why are you leaving? Why are you leaving? Because if you're going to leave and walk out on the team, on this project, on all of this crap, don't then come online, talk absolute bucaria merda, yeah, coming out of your cool, talking absolute lishu to me, Jez, Lee, Kenny Ken, all of us that actually hold the standards up there. If you're going to be coming at us about our standards, then stay there. Through thick and thin, you can get buried, you can get cremated with this process. Because I'm sick and tired of it. You know what I mean? Bro, Jez, help me out. Because I don't understand it. Why are they walking out?
Well, this is an interesting point. I debated this. I don't know if you've seen it, but I put it on, I think it was on Lee's fan cam, or it might have been the play. I can't remember. It might be last night on the podcast. When I was in the North Bank at Highbury and we capitulated and lost the league to Man United, not one person in the North Bank left. And that team got booed. When they came down and they were going round, clapping, like, you know, all that bullshit, they got booed off the pitch. Booed. Because they'd thrown away the league. Because we blew it at Bolton Wanderers. 2-0 up, showboating, lost 3-2. And they got booed off the park. But no, all these people that at that game, 2-0 down, thrown away the league. Oh, well, let's go home then. Let's go down the Hornsey Road. Let's have a pint. Let's get a burger on the way home. Well, if I go now, we've just lost the league. Oh, I might get home to watch Britain's Got Talent. Yeah, that'd be great. Nice one. I might get a curry as well. Actually, if I get home really early, I might even get one with the wife. You know what I mean? It's pathetic. They should have been sat there till the end whistle and booed every one of them bastards off that pitch. And they should have given it straight to Arteta. They did it to Wenger. They did it to Wenger when he cocked up in the end. And that's why he left. He didn't get sacked. He got asked to resign. And that is the end of the day. Those fans, to me, are the problem. You wouldn't see that. You wouldn't see that at Bayern Munich. You wouldn't see that at Real Madrid, Barcelona. I'm sure you wouldn't see it at Man City if they cocked it up, or Man United. They stand there and give the abuse. How many times have we seen demonstrations outside Man United for the Glazers out, which is probably going to happen now? looks like Sir Jim Radcliffe's going to buy the club. Fair play, good luck. But no, I don't accept that. That is accepting. To me, Northside, that is accepting defeat. And once you accept defeat, you'll accept defeat again. This guy here, obviously, is very passionate about it. And he's saying, why? Why do it? It's just shockingly poor. And this is the standards of this football club now. And
yeah,
I don't know how to change. I honestly, I wish I could give you a reason how it can be changed. I don't, because we've got so low in our expectations. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I find it depressing, actually.
It's crazy, Jez. I just don't feel like they believe the crap that they got, the crap that they say. At my job, a lot of people, well, they're not Arsenal fans, some Liverpool, Chelsea and all that. Oh, you got to be happy with Arteta all season. You got to be happy with Arteta. Look what he's doing. Look what he's done. I said, have we won anything yet? Nah, come on, man. You got to be up. Come on, man. You're being negative. Oh, my manager, he was a West Ham fan. Oh, come on. You got to be happy. You got to be. Now, I'm coming in like this. Look, I'm doing the Mourinho. Shush. Respect, my friend. Respect. Respect, yeah? Respect, yeah? Because I told you that he wasn't doing a great job, yeah? I told you there was too many cracks. The way he managed games, his substitutions, the fact that we didn't strengthen in January. I said there's too many little things there, and that I'm seeing that I'm not liking, Jez. And we were getting wins, and I said, and I remember you and Kenny Ken on Lee's channel putting out something that I weren't even noticing that much. And props to you lot. You said we're leaking too many goals. And I didn't even clock that too much because we were getting wins, and I didn't analyze. But I think that was a great analysis. But in this fan base, Jez, you're not allowed to analyze anything when the going's good. Only when the going's rough. And what I say to Arsenal fans, if you guys live your life like that, then boy, God help you. Yeah, if we ever get into a recession, if we ever get into anything like that, because you lot are the type of people when you got a job, you're flicking the money like that. Yeah, not saving anything. Oh, because the going's good, I got a job, everything's good. You know, I get along with everyone at work. And then the day you get fired, or the day that something happens, like a recession, and you get made redundant, all of a sudden you got nothing behind you. You can't pay your bills, you can't pay anything. It's all messed up. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. In life, you always have to analyze things. You always have to plan for the worst case scenario. And we were saying this. We were saying, why doesn't Arteta change the formation? Why is it, we get it that Zinchenko is playing as a left back and playing inverted? Why is it that sometimes you don't play Tierney? Because some teams are now targeting that left-hand side. Some games you can play Zinchenko. Other games, and against certain teams, you have to change it up. Why is it Odegaard has to start every week? Why is it that we can't manage Saka properly? Why is it that we didn't get a 20-goal a season striker instead of relying on Jesus when we already knew he's not prolific? Why did we do that? Why don't we have rotation for Ben White when we already know he'll always get beat for pace? Matoma sat him on his ass. Why is it that we got Kivior in that was deemed not good enough to get in the team over Rob Holding, and a Rob Holding that we should be moving on? Why was that the case? Why was that the case? And now we see, because he's performed 1 or 2 games, and now where was he against Brighton? Why is it that the bench is still not good enough? In the Europe, Jez, you remember at the start of the season, how many times were we saying this bench is dreadful? We were just about getting by against Zurich. Yeah, we were rubbish. I think there was one game against Zurich. They were 9th in the Swiss league, I believe. And Marquinhos saved us. And Marquinhos deemed not good enough, not ready, that was sent out on loan, I think, to Norwich. So what is this fan base talking about? Now, Fabio Vieira, that, yeah, you can say, I was not ready for the Premier League. He wasn't performing in the Europa League. Do you know what I mean? This is the bench that we're counting on to win the league. But people weren't calling it out because it wasn't fashionable. We had to wait to get knocked out against Sporting Lisbon to realise it's a thin squad. This manager doesn't change nothing. The first time we played Sporting Lisbon in Europa, we got our asses handed to us. And then what does he do? Change nothing, puts the same dead midfield. Yeah, I think it was no Thomas Partey, and we got overran. You've already got your ass handed to you in the first leg. Why are you setting up exactly the same in the second leg? But no, it doesn't matter. We're still top of the league. Don't complain. So don't come out with this nonsense now. Or why are people walking out? Stay there and hold that. So filhos da puta. Hold that. yeah, for all the crap that me, Jez, and all the rest of us had to tolerate this whole season when we told you. And now I'm going to sit here smug and say, I told you, viado. I told you, yeah? Toma no cu. And if you don't know what that means, get to your Portuguese dictionary and look it up. And everyone that talk crap to us, hold that. Now, let's get into this one.
Hey, he's not a nobody. So then I'll call the Brighton fans nobodies. Who are they? I call them nobodies then. I call them nobodies because they're
nobodies?
Because they've done nothing. They're singing. What have they done?
They're having a great season. Listen, give it up to them.
They're having a great.
Cheers. Those nobodies, yeah, just completely deaded our chances of winning the league title. And when you're talking about nobodies, they've done nothing, yeah? Well, we've done nothing in Europe. How about that? So when we go to Europe, we're nobodies. So when everyone's trying to twerk and say, oh, Arsenal going to be able to get Champions League level footballers, and why would they want to come to Arsenal? We got no record of winning anything in Europe. We can't even win the Europa League. And the Man United that were on their knees, yeah, these last couple of years with United have been trash. Even they've been able to get a Europa League. Even they've been in their worst period. In our worst period, what happened in Baku? This manager, apparently he's better than Unai Emery. Well, he's got his whole squad. But why are we not getting to a final? Because we got to a final with the team that was toxic and negative and weren't and what was the excuse? He inherited a mess of a squad. Well, you ain't got a mess of a squad now because 3 years on, £500 million spent, you got what you want, you got the players out that you want, and you got the players in that you want. So you should at least be matching what Unai Emery did with a squad that was 95% not even his. Just saying.
Exactly. I'm just going to ask this. I'll be interested what the chat think of this one. We binned the Carrier Bag Cup, as I call it. We binned the FA Cup. We threw away the Europa League. But the narrative is, well, the aim was top four. The aim was top four to get back in the Champions League. Okay, great. That's great. Brilliant. Wenger mentality. And I got criticised for saying that. Wenger mentality. Jez, what do you mean, Wenger mentality? Well, because Wenger basically stated that top four is a trophy. So are we next season then? Now we're in the Champions League. Yeah. Is Arteta going to throw that in the bin and just concentrate in the Premier League? Well, now the interesting fact here is, people, if the aim was top four to get in the Champions League, we've got to be competing. Let's for a second. Forget the FA Cup, forget the Carrier Bag Cup, and just concentrate on two fronts, right? Let's be a 50% club. So we're going to be playing 2 games a week at certain points in the season, traveling around Europe against Europe's elite, pretty much. And we've got a squad basically where, let's just hypothetically, let's say that we spend 250 million in this summer transfer window. Yeah, 250. We've then got to compete Wednesday night, play Saturday, Sunday, whatever, doesn't matter, in the Premier League. And people are gassing it all up. Well, it's getting the top four priority. Okay, brilliant. We did that for 25 bloody years with under Wenger. Right? And what do we win? Fuck all. So do you think this clown, Arteta's going to do any better? Because we didn't do it then, and I can't see us doing it again. Because at the end of the day, you have to have elite mentality. Now, I honestly believe this. The reason we got some of the great players for this football club in the early days of the Wenger period was because those players, Henry, Vieira, Pires, wanted to come and play for Arsene Wenger. They wanted. Henry had worked with him before, and they wanted to play for him. Let's suddenly say Kylian Mbappe, he's available. And we say, oh, well, we're going to go and buy him. Do you honestly think he would turn around and say, fuck me, I want to go and play for Arteta. He's amazing. He's the best young manager in the world. He's going to be amazing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I want to play for him. Are you really kidding me? Seriously. I mean, this is this is the pure delusion of a lot of people. They think the world is now golden because we're in the top 4 and we're in the Champions League. We're going to get arse piped all round Europe unless we actually invest massively. And buying great players is one thing. Yeah, that's great. But you have to have a bloody good manager as well. And I'm sorry, don't care what anybody says, he ain't. Hasn't got the experience, and he's proved it. Fact is, he couldn't get it over the line. And if Arsenal are a serious football club, he'd be out the door. Chelsea, he'd be out the door. Fact.
It don't matter, Jez. Let's just get another TikTok song out. You know what I mean? Another TikTok Arsenal greatest hits. Now 96. You know what I mean? Let's get a now 96.
Yeah.
Top of the Pops. You remember Top of the Pops? Get Top of the Pops out.
Yeah.
I actually missed Top of the Pops. Top of the Pops. Track number 1. And your defense is in trouble. And Ketty in the room. Let's just get another song out. More merch. That's it. Doesn't matter. At this club, it doesn't matter, Jez. It don't matter.
Wheel old Whitey out. That's what happened, mate. Next couple of weeks, we'll wheel old Whitey out. New merch, new shirt, la 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 la. Everybody will be happy. They'll be down the armory, spending hundreds of pounds on a new shirt, new away shirt, training tracksuit bottoms, da 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 da. We're all happy. Oh yeah, well we go again next year. Yeah, great. Can't wait. Brilliant. Awesome. Yeah. We're off over to Spain. We're going to be playing Real Madrid. We're going to be playing Barcelona. We're going to be playing Bayern Munich. And we're going to be playing PSG. Yeah. It's fucking amazing. And
it's facts, Jez. Look, if we can't compete, then fold the football club. What's the point? True. If that's the narrative, what's the point then, Jez? Let's just all give up.
Might as well, because at the end of the day, it's pathetic. In the end of the day, this is not the football club I grew up with, and I can honestly say, as a kid, young kid, when we weren't great. All right, I was lucky to watch us win our first ever double. That was honestly, and I watched us win our first ever European trophy. Which somebody actually in my chat today told me in my comments. You do realise, Jez, Arsenal won 2 European Cups, 2 European trophies. I said, yeah, I do know that, mate. I was actually at them. I was at both finals, actually. I was at the Parma game when we beat them 1-0. And I was actually at the second leg at Highbury when we beat and won the Fez Cup. So I do know that. I mean, come on, please. You telling me this? You telling me this? And like, you know what I mean? And it's honestly, mate, the standards have just gone down the toilet, and they've gone round the U-bend, I'm afraid. So I don't see them coming back, personally.
Nah, this guy says surely you should be worried that you miss out on your top targets, bro. All this nonsense coming out about Declan Rice has given his word and all this. We saw this with Mudryk. We've seen this so many times. I've seen this.
Heard it all before. Sorry.
Jez, we've seen when we was going to go for Higuain, Draxler. How many players have we? Oh, he's coming. This guy's coming. That guy's coming. How many times have we heard this for? He ain't coming. I don't even think he's coming, Jez. I really don't, because what I see this football club doing. Go on, Jez.
I think it'll go Chelsea, personally. And Julian Draxler, dear God, that went on for about 5 seasons, didn't it? We're going to get Julian Draxler.
Draxler and Higuain.
Oh, dear God. I mean, and it went somewhere else. I mean, we've got players we can sell to make money, but at the end of the day, some of these players where they've been disrespected by the football club is disgusting in my book. I know a lot of people didn't like Pepe. I actually thought you'd given him half a chance. He would have been decent. He never got the chance, unfortunately. But it is what it is, and he'll be gone. And you know, when we were going to buy what was it, Suarez, wasn't it, from Liverpool? Yeah.
Yeah.
That stupid bid. I mean, what was it? I can't remember the money. There's something on £+1. 70,000. 70 was it a £+1? I mean, how
was it 50 or was it something like that?
I can't remember. I can't.
+1 pound.
It was like £+1. I mean, that is. I mean, do you honestly think that when a player sees that, he's going to say, "What? Are you taking the P? Are you seriously taking the P?" He ain't going to come. If you then went in the next week and said, somebody's saying it's 40k, 40 mil +£1. Thanks for that. Yeah, you're right. He's going to say, well, even if you offer me 60, I ain't coming because you just insulted me. That's Arsenal, man. That is Arsenal. Penny pinching, taking the piss. And I'm sorry to say it, but all the time the Cronkies are here, nothing ain't going to change anytime soon.
Nah. This guy says, I don't hate you, man. It's just your fans that make me want to see you fail. That Saka Robin comparisons was the last straw. Bro, forget about Saka, bro. You can already see Kivio or Jorginho have one good game and all of a sudden, they're world class. Fabio Vieira, like the gas that we saw for Fabio Vieira. And don't worry, because this summer, we're going to be bringing in another 3 or 4 Fabio Vieiras. We've done it before. We bought in Nuno Tavares. These lot gassed it up. Yeah. Brought in who else? Lokonga, gassed it up. Yeah, got in Fabio Vieira, gassed it up. Marquinhos, gassed it off. We already got Martinelli. He can be the next Martinelli. Really? He's in Norwich right now. Marquinhos, and no one's talking about him. But they gassed him up when we brought him in. So at the end of the day, we're going to get another one because Arsenal, it's all about getting the cheapskate way. It's always about the easy deals. Like I said before, apart from Zinchenko and Jesus, top player under this regime, project, process, whatever book idea you want to call it, yeah. What top player do we buy? That the day that we buy him is a top player when we buy him. Because I haven't seen any. And you can even take this back. Jez, you already knew. Alexis Sanchez, he was levels at Arsenal, but he wasn't the player that he was before when we bought him. We made him into that player. The only one, even when we go back to Vieira, we go back to Thierry Henry, we go back to all these guys, Overmars, all these players, they weren't the players they became at Arsenal. They became those players at Arsenal. Fabregas, Nasri. Yeah? Yes, they had little buzzes. Some of them were being spoken about. They weren't the players that they then became. When did we go out and buy ready-made players? This is why I couldn't care less about the Champions League. One, because my team ain't going to go out there and spend the money for us to really take it serious. And you remember getting piped, what was it, 8-2, 8-3 or something against Bayern Munich? We got smashed by Bayern Munich. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. And I don't want to be in a competition to just be embarrassed. And at the end of the day, why should I believe in this process when we're bringing in Kivio that's deemed not as good as Rob Holding, a player that we're supposed to be getting to leave the club? And then we're buying Nuno Tavares, and even he's out on loan, and they're saying he's not good enough, and they want to cut the loan short. That's how bad he is. And then we've got Marquinhos that he's getting loaned out to Norwich. All due respect. I mean, how can you... Those are the signings you make when you've got an established team. And I'm talking about starting 11 and bench. Then you go out and get your Marquinhoses, players that you know that need to develop for 5-6 years. But the players when you need players now, stop wasting money. We keep talking about, Arsenal Football Club. We don't have the money. We can't compete. Well, stop spunking money on Dross. How much money did we pay for Fabio Vieira, Marquinhos, Nuno Tavares, Lokonga, Kivio? You know what I mean? Tomiyasu. These players are not good enough. So why are we wasting money if when you ain't got a lot of money? If you ever lived, I come from nothing. I've come from the gut. I come from the bottom. I come from nothing. Yeah, nothing. My mom came to this country, as an immigrant from Portugal. Come from nothing. Yeah. So when you don't have a lot of funds and you're just building up, you don't go and get a Louis V belt. You don't go and get, these things are luxuries. You don't go to the club and start getting a bottle of champagne, get a Moet out and you do that when you're established, when you've got money to spend, when you're good, when you're settled. So if we can't spend like Man City, why do we go out and buy stupid players? And then with the money that we got, why are we extending players that have failed at this club year in, year out in Ketia, El Nene, Rob Holdings? Why are we extending these players when they have failed time and time again? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And with all this crap about, oh, Granit Xhaka, look how good he's been this season, the guy's off. He's a mercenary. He's an absolute mercenary. And at the end of the day, he's not good enough to win us the league. And he's what, 30, 31? This is his ceiling. So we should be getting him out because he ain't going to get any better because he's not Project Youth. So get him out. We didn't need to extend him. I've always said this. I don't know if you're going to agree with this, Jez. We know at left back, yeah, we do. This is the thing that I realized that Arteta isn't a tactician. Not saying that I am. I'm a fan. But these are things that he should be spotting before I spot. We've seen this season, Jez, yeah, with Liverpool, the fact that their midfield is aged has brought to light more the deficiencies of Trent at Liverpool. We know that Zinchenko has defensive deficiencies just like Trent. Some people may argue worse, whatever. They're thereabouts. He's not very good at defending. Trent has suffered because the midfield don't have legs. Why are we playing Zinchenko next to Xhaka, which both of them don't have the legs? So when Zinchenko's going inverted and Granit Xhaka is supposed to kick back, he hasn't got the legs to run and follow that winger on that left-hand side. He doesn't have the ability to even intercept play or actually make a tackle. You need to put Zinchenko next to a midfielder that can do the hard work, a Wijnaldum, Jordan Henderson, a midfielder like that can cover him and can cover his deficiencies. Why is Arteta not addressed that? Why didn't we get another deep line playmaker? Why didn't we get somebody else to replace Granit Xhaka? Because you've got two liabilities on the left-hand side. You've got two liabilities. You've got Xhaka that can't defend, and then you've got Zinchenko that can't defend. And both of them on the left-hand side. And surprise, surprise, those are the sides where teams actually focus and attack us. Why can't Arteta get that right? And the fact that he can't get that right and he hasn't identified that shows me this guy ain't good enough, Jez.
I totally agree with everything you said. Facts. I don't know what I can add to that because I think you just summed it up in a nutshell. It is what it is, you know. Do you know, I actually get really tired sometimes listening to the crap and the facts of how poor we manage this football club. I mean, the fact is, Marquinhos, was it Sao Paulo we bought him from? Am I right in saying that? Got him for free. Yeah, Edu deemed, oh, no, we give you 3 million. We'll give you 3 million because, you know, we want to be friends. Like, oh, we want to be friends with Brighton. Yeah, okay, let's be friends with Brighton. Yeah, we bought Trossard. We bought Trossard, and then, well, we wanted him. Oh, well, let's bench him. Let's not play him because maybe it's not right to play him because we just wanted to buy him. I mean, it's fucking bollocks, man. Seriously, show some backbone. You know, grow a pair. Seriously, you know, it's just unbelievably crap. Seriously, I mean, I'm just fed up with it. I'll be honest with you, Northside. I'll be glad when this season is over in 2 weeks. I seriously will, because I just about had a gut full of it. You know, you work really hard in your channel. I work hard in my channel, and you put it all out there, and then you get kicked in the face by the club. Yeah, we pump the positivity and the negativity because you, me, other channels, we're balanced. We're in the middle. We see the good, we see the bad. We don't pump out pure positivity when the team is crap. If they're crap, I'll call them. They're crap. If they're brilliant, I'll call them they're brilliant. And probably 80% of this season, I've done that. And an interesting point I'm just going to make out here. Sunday night, I did fan cam, player ratings and league gunners. And I had the TV on up here. And I was had YouTube Studio on, yeah? And I was just clicking for it. And I noticed the old subscriber rate was going tick, tick, tick. I thought, what's going on here? I mean, the subs have gone up on my channel, something like 60 in 48 hours. So I was chatting with Lee yesterday. I said, what's going on? As his have. He's got over 80,000 subs. And Kenny made the comment. He said, it's because people are starting to turn. And maybe that's right, maybe that's wrong. I don't know. I'm not an expert YouTuber. I enjoy doing it. But it's interesting. And I've noticed watching your channel, other people's channels, the views are going up week in, week out in the last 2 to 3 weeks, because I think people maybe suddenly have turned and thought, maybe these guys are a little bit right. Maybe they are. Maybe they are speaking the facts. You know, and actually not putting out, how can I put it, positive negativity. If you understand what I mean, it's the fact that we actually say it as it is. We take the hate, we get the abuse all the time, and we do, but we stick by our guns. Good pun, that, being the gunners. And the fact is, I'll never turn. You know, I'm too old. I've grown up with this club for too many years now, and I'll say it is. I don't like it. I don't like it. If I do like it, I like it. But you know, it is what it is, and I don't care what people say.
It is what it is, Jez. At the end of the day, people have to realize that in this world, there's all sorts of people. People with different opinions, people from all walks of life. And if you don't like it, well, the reality is when you walk outside, you're going to face these things, and it is what it is. And listen, I respect people that have an opinion and, you know, actually are able to have a conversation, because I think nowadays with the internet, it's all about just clowning. And then when you actually get them in a conversation, which is why a lot of these trolls don't ever, every time I put the link up, I'm yet to see a troll jump on. I say, put your camera on your mic and you can jump on. You don't even need to be an Arsenal fan. Even if you want to question me about my football club, you have a different opinion to me. When I put the link up, you can jump on. But they don't. They don't, because they know in a debate, they're going to lose. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I find this comment quite interesting. Go on, Jess. Go on.
No, he's disappeared recently. He comes and goes, this one particular fella. Well, I've said to him, look, if you want to come and have a sensible chat, you don't have to show your face. No, I'm sorry. I actually said to him, but if you want to come on the stream, have a chat, fine. You know, that's good. And he said, no, I don't want to show my face on YouTube. I said, that's fine. Camera off. Turn your camera off. Not a problem. Just have the mic on. I said, you're more than welcome to come and say what you want to say. Never came back. Then he turns up again. Then he'll come back 2 or 3 weeks later, giving it all the hate. And this particular person's given a load of awful abuse to Gracie May. Said some terrible things to her. Terrible things about her mum. And it's disgusting, basically. And I said, you know, why? Why have you got such hatred to people you don't even know? Because we have an opinion that you don't agree with. And I said this fella a couple of times, you need to get some anger management, man. And the fact I think he disappears, here he comes and goes and disappears, I think he's actually got mental health issues, which I hope he hasn't. And I think he has, because some of the shit he comes out with, man, is unreal. But
well, hopefully he sorts that out, because the internet and YouTube isn't your, we're not your therapist. So if you need to talk to someone, get that resolved, I hope you do, because going online trying to act the big man to a young girl as Gracie May is like, what's the point? Like, what is the actual point? But it is what it is. This comment here, this is Arteta's first job. We can't expect much with that. No big world-class signings with a new manager. It's just the way it is. Okay, it's the way it is, and this is exactly why I wanted Ancelotti. When you lot were laughing, saying, "Oh, he's going to Everton, he's washed." It's funny that all the experience with the young manager, he needs time. He can't get big players in. He needs time. We need to give him time. So why not get the experienced managers? Oh no, they're washed. Ancelotti's washed. Jose Mourinho's washed. Simeone's washed. Nah. We don't want him at Arsenal. All these guys are winners, though. So it's very easy. Just don't hire a young manager. It's literally as simple as that. 87 likes, people. Make sure you smash the like button. Subscribe to this channel, but also link is in the descriptions, in the title of this live. The Arsenal history and more. Make sure you go and subscribe to Jez's channel. Make sure you go support that. You know what I mean? Go support the community. at the end of the day, like Jess says, the community is growing. I'm seeing my subs go up. There is still a lot of you that watch my channel. 50% of the people that watch my channel are not subscribed. So don't think I don't see that. Yeah, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. If you're watching me, then why not hit the like and subscribe? And that way you can be notified every time I drop a video. The same with Jez's channel. You know, this is what we need: variation. Jez has seen more than me. He's been a fan longer than me. He's older than me, and he gives another aspect. You know, at the end of the day, we look at multiple channels. Some people watch Curtis Shaw TV, Lee Gunner. You know what I mean? Why not watch Jez? Why not watch this channel? Watch other channels, Arsenal channels that say it as it is, but we say it with our personality. Everyone's got their personality, their experiences. You know, Jez is for many years going to matches, so he's got a lot of experience in that way. He's seen the George Graham era. He's seen the eras before that, before my time, anyway. I grew up in the Arsene Wenger era, so make sure you go there, educate yourself. I watch Jez's channel when if I'm just playing FIFA. Sometimes I just put it in the background. You're live, I'll just be listening, and I always pick up little gems. You'll pick up little gems because it's experiences that I don't know about the club, or things that have happened, or things that I've not noticed. Like I said, Jez and Kenny Ken saying that we're leaking too many goals. I didn't clock that, but ultimately that was our demise. That was our demise against Liverpool. Southampton, West Ham, Brighton, leaking way too many goals, you know, against Man City. The defense is not tight enough. So there you go. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Arsenal history and more. Jez, love for jumping on. Love. I've enjoyed it.
I've been waiting to do this with you for ages. When you contacted me last week and said, Jez, do you want to do this show? I was like, yes, got to do it. I'm just going to say,
do you know why? Do you know why? Sorry to cut you up. Do you know why I did this? Because what I've realized, is we need receipts on these people. Because we'll say things and people are, oh, you're exaggerating it. But when you actually provide them with evidence, then what are they going to come out with? And then they can actually start realizing why we're so annoyed, why we've had enough, why we feel like on YouTube, when it's Arsenal content, it's always about spinning a positive and being good with the club because they want to have good relations, because they want jobs, because they want to be on Sky Sports. And this is why I did it. And listen, as long as it keeps getting views, I'm going to keep doing it. Do you know what I mean? But bring the receipts, whether it's an article or whatever, add it to your channel, add it to your show. Because we need to start having receipts on these guys. Do you know what I mean? We need to actually pull up the evidence and say, hold on, I'm not talking nonsense. This is it. Yeah? What you got to say about that? And this is my opinion to it. And you can't argue it.
There's you got a comment there, Matthew, oh, hang on, disappeared. Matthew Hayden. I don't know if he's taking the piss or not, but we finished second Northside. You love to back the process. You have to back the process. We have overachieved Northside. I mean, dear God, please, really? Are you sure? Are you sure? Please, I beg you, back him. I love Arsenal, Edu, and Arteta. Mate, all I'm going to say to that is get a girlfriend. Really? I mean, come on, man. Get real. Overachieve. How can you ever overachieve? You can't overachieve. You achieve. That's it. You don't overachieve. Mate, seriously. And that's the problem. There is the problem.
There you go. Jez, tell the people what you got coming up.
Tomorrow night, 4 o'clock, early tomorrow, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I've got Lee Gunner, Kenny Ken. That will be one hell of a show, people. Come and watch that because you will see a meltdown of epic proportions, I feel. And then I will do probably later in the week a match preview for the Forest Arsenal. And I'm going on 10:30 Friday night, I think it is, the American Idiot Show. Go and watch TJ Warren and Devious, the Oregon Gooner. They're so funny, that show. Northside, you've got to come on that show, mate. Honestly, seriously. I think they actually want you to come on. I think I saw earlier in your comments that Oregon Gooners asked you to come on. So that'd be brilliant, man.
Yeah.
It's a great.
I don't know. Yeah, let him he can DM me, Northside LDN, just DM me. And then we just arrange it like that, like how we arrange it. Just DM me and yeah, we can make something happen.
Yeah, I mean it's a great show, honestly. I mean, they have some great content. It's really funny. And yeah, I mean last week they had Leon Lee was on. I think it was Friday night. I can't remember. It was a good show, great show. And they give it the fact that they're over the pond, they give a different perspective, and I respect that. And I know a lot of people think, oh, well, American fans, they don't know fuck all about football. You're wrong. You're actually wrong. These guys do a lot more homework than a lot of English fans because they're across and away over the water, and so they have to do a lot more work. And they get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to watch games. You know, fair play to them, and I respect.
Nah, 100%. Listen, YouTube ain't easy, and them with the time difference and everything, big up to them. And yeah, if they want to shout me, I'll be more than happy to support their channel. And yeah, just DM me. And Jez, listen, not gonna take any more of your time. It's been a great show. Loved it. And listen, everyone, once again, make sure you like and subscribe to the Arsenal History and More. Jez is closing in on 4K. I'm closing in on 3K. I think I'm 160 followers away from 3K. So hit that like button. You know what I mean? If you already hit that like button, share it with somebody that's an Arsenal fan or maybe a rival fan. A lot of times we get a lot of love from rival fans. They seem to get it. You know what I mean, Jess? They seem to get it. They never call enough toxic and negative.
I've got 2 Tottenham fans in mind. Fair play to them. You know what I mean? Respect. That's what it's all about. It's YouTube. We're all fun. We're all friends. You know, you get the haters, but who gives a shit? Doesn't matter.
There you go. So without further ado, make sure you stay tuned. And Thursday, we're going to have part 2. Make sure you stay tuned for that. And yeah, we're out. Safe.